Major corporations are literally throwing money out of moving cars, and WNBA players are caught in the chaos. Paige Bueckers has signature shoes, Lego sets, and marketing campaigns galore, but almost nobody is paying attention. Shelves are full, arenas half empty, and TV ratings barely register. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is dominating everything. Her WNBA debut pulled over 2 million viewers, her merchandise sells out instantly, and her social media engagement crushes the rest of the league. So why are companies still pushing products for Bueckers instead of capitalizing on Clark's undeniable star power? It's a story of money wasted, narratives forced, and marketing gone sideways. And what happens when corporate strategy ignores the audience that actually matters? Paige Bueckers is suddenly everywhere. Nike logos, Lego sets, marketing campaigns. It seems like corporations are investing millions in her brand. But here, the problem. Almost no one outside hardcore WNBA fans actually knows who she is. Walk into a toy store and try pointing out her face on a Lego box. Most kids, and even parents, won't recognize her. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's merchandise sells out in hours. Her shoes fly off shelves, and her social media engagement crushes the rest of the league combined. So why are these companies doubling down on Bueckers? It's about optics, not sales. They're chasing a narrative, trying to force a star where the demand doesn't exist. Lego even uses Iowa Hawkeyes colors, Clark's college team, to market Bueckers, hoping to borrow attention from a more recognizable name. Nike gave her a logo that looks rushed, as if checking a box rather than signaling genuine investment. Bueckers' college career was impressive, a national championship at UConn, key performances alongside top players, but her debut WNBA viewership barely cracked 65,000. Compare that to Clark's debut, over 2 million viewers and counting. Companies are ignoring the numbers, the fans, and the data, instead betting on social media hype and carefully crafted storylines. The result? Wasted marketing budgets, merchandise sitting on shelves, and opportunities lost to capitalize on a player who already has proven star power. Bueckers is talented, no doubt, but corporations are building campaigns for an audience that doesn't exist, while ignoring the one that already shows up. This is more than bad strategy. It's a cautionary tale of what happens when hype overrides actual demand. The question is clear. How long can companies keep throwing money at forced narratives before the market pushes back? Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a phenomenon. Every metric proves it. Social media engagement, jersey sales, ticket demand, even TV ratings. When Clark debuts, over 2 million people tune in, and arenas sell out in seconds whenever she's in town. Her merchandise moves faster than any other player in WNBA history. Contrast that with Paige Bueckers. Lego sets, signature shoes, marketing campaigns, all launched with fanfare, barely register. Her WNBA debut drew 65,000 viewers on a network most Americans hadn't even heard of. The Dallas Wings struggled to fill a sub-1,000 seat arena for months. Yet corporations continue to pour money into Bueckers' brand. Hopping social media narratives will create demand that the data clearly shows doesn't exist. What makes Clark so magnetic isn't just skill, it's visibility. Fans know her. Parents and kids recognize her name. Her college career was already national news. Her rivalry storyline's a perfect marketing narrative, and every new campaign amplifies her reach. Corporations could have maximized this, riding a proven star to generate massive returns. Instead, they split resources chasing emerging stories, hopping to manufacture the next Clark. This isn't about fairness or talent. It's business fundamentals. Clark proves what the audience wants. Ignoring that reality means wasted budgets, underperforming products, and missed opportunities. Yet companies cling to narratives over numbers, forcing marketing campaigns that feel performative instead of profitable. In short, Clark moves the needle. Bueckers doesn't, at least not yet. And the choices corporations make now will define whether WNBA marketing becomes a strategic powerhouse or a series of costly missteps. Corporate marketing in women's basketball is chasing illusions. Take Paige Bueckers, Lego sets in Iowa Hawkeye colors, Nike logos slapped together in minutes, campaigns designed not around her strengths but around someone else's fame. They're not selling Bueckers, they're selling an idea, a forced connection to Caitlin Clark. Why? Because corporations think association equals attention. Clark's name and brand are proven. Her merchandise sells out. Her games draw millions. So instead of building Bueckers up on her own merits, marketing teams lean on Clark's spotlight, hoping some of her star power rubs off. The result? Confusing campaigns, wasted budgets, and products that gather dust. It's a pattern. Big announcements, minimal follow-through, underwhelming results. Marketing decisions are based on social media hype and narratives, not actual consumer behavior. Ratings, attendance, and merchandise numbers clearly show what fans want. Yet companies ignore the data, prioritizing optics over outcomes. This strategy doesn't just hurt corporations, it hurts the athletes. Bueckers deserves campaigns built around her real achievements, her skill set, and her story. Instead, she becomes a pawn, her brand leveraged to tell someone else's story. Nike, Lego, and others are performing a theater of investment, creating products that look like commitment but fail to generate real returns. Fans, analysts, and even shareholders are left watching as money is thrown at campaigns designed to impress rather than succeed. The market has spoken, yet corporations continue to bet against it. In women's basketball, visibility and consumer demand are measurable, undeniable, and ignored at their peril. And the most frustrating part, there's no mystery here. Clark's impact is obvious. Bueckers' potential is real, but marketing her as Clark adjacent won't make fans care. It's a lesson in strategy, storytelling, and the cost of ignoring what actually works. The numbers tell a story corporations can't ignore, but often do. Caitlin Clark's rookie WNBA debut, over 2.1 million viewers on ESPN. Her merchandise, from basketballs to shoes to Funko Pops, sold out in minutes. Her social media engagement, higher than the rest of the league combined. Every metric screams influence, demand, and visibility. Now compare that to Paige Bueckers. Her WNBA debut on ION drew just 639,000 viewers, on a channel most Americans didn't even know existed. Attendance at Dallas Wings games barely fills a 10,000-seat arena unless Clark happens to be in town. Lego sets, signature shoes, marketing campaigns, all launched without a proven audience. All relying on forced narratives rather than measurable interest. This isn't about fairness or potential, it's about business fundamentals. Companies like Nike and Lego are spending millions on campaigns that don't move the needle, while ignoring the clear winner in visibility, fan engagement, and sales. It's performative marketing disguised as investment. Even worse, they attach Bueckers to Clark's brand to create artificial hype. But consumers aren't fooled. Fans vote with wallets and screens, and the data is indisputable. Clark moves the needle. Bueckers, despite talent and college success, does not, at least not yet. Corporations are ignoring reality, chasing narratives, and risking both revenue and credibility. Fans see through it. Shareholders eventually will, too. In women's basketball, success is measurable, and the numbers don't lie. Behind every corporate campaign, there's a human story, and too often the athletes become pawns. Paige Bueckers deserves more than a rushed Lego set or a paint-by-numbers Nike logo. She's not just a marketing tool, she's a national champion, a WNBA talent, and a player with real skill and dedication. Yet, the campaigns around her are half-hearted, derivative, and focused on optics rather than her actual strengths. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark isn't just a face on merchandise, she's a force that genuinely moves the needle. The contrast couldn't be starker. One athlete gets authentic investment, the other is attached to someone else's brand just to create attention. It's a story repeated in women's basketball. Corporations chasing narratives, ignoring real demand, and using players as symbols rather than stars. The impact: frustration for athletes, confusion for fans, and wasted resources for companies. Bueckers' talent isn't in question, it's the system around her that's broken. And while she performs on the court off it, she's fighting a battle that has nothing to do with basketball. Being recognized for who she is, not who the marketing team says she should be. But what happened next would only make the divide clearer. Even the best campaigns fail when strategy misses the mark. Lego used Iowa Hawkeye colors to market Paige Bueckers, trying to piggyback off Caitlin Clark's fame. Nike launched a rushed, uninspired logo with minimal follow-through. The result: merchandise sits on shelves, marketing dollars vanish, and the audience they hope to reach never shows up. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's releases tell a different story. Her basketball sold out in 48 hours. Her WNBA debut drew over 2 million viewers. Her jerseys became the league's top sellers. Every measurable metric proves demand, yet companies keep betting on narrative over numbers. This isn't a question of fairness or talent. Bueckers is exceptional, but the system funnels resources toward optics, leaving genuine opportunities unfulfilled. Corporations could capitalize on athletes who move the needle, but instead, they create campaigns that underperform, frustrate players, and confuse fans. And what happened next made the consequences even clearer. Numbers don't lie. Fans vote with their attention, and the story is clear. Paige Bueckers' debut averaged just 639,000 viewers on ION, a network few Americans even know. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark pulled in over 2 million viewers on ESPN, setting new WNBA records. Attendance tells the same tale. Dallas Wings arena remained partially empty all season unless Clark was in town. Merchandise sales mirror the pattern. Clark's products vanish within minutes, while Bueckers' lines risk collecting dust. Corporations keep ignoring these signals, chasing social media narratives instead of consumer demand. They're pouring money into campaigns that don't resonate, hoping recognition will follow the hype. The fans, however, have already made their choice. They know who moves the needle, who drives excitement, and who can sell a sport. The question now is simple. How long before companies finally start listening to the market instead of forcing stories that don't connect? The story of Paige Bueckers versus Caitlin Clark isn't just about two athletes. It's a lesson in business, marketing, and the power of audience attention. One player consistently moves the needle. Clark and the other, despite talent, struggles to capture the same interest. Corporations keep spending on optics, narratives, and forced comparisons, ignoring what fans actually want. It's not about fairness, it's about results. The market has spoken, viewers have voted with their eyes, and wallets reveal true demand. Marketing campaigns that ignore these facts fail, no matter how much hype surrounds them. For the WNBA, the takeaway is clear. Invest where impact is proven. Recognize stars who truly drive excitement, not just those who fit a narrative. Because at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie, and fans always decide who really matters.